Everyone, welcome. This is super exciting for me, and a really actually special moment for me and Victor. Victor and I have worked together for a year and a half. Every Friday for a year and a half, we've had a meeting at 9:30 a.m. The only person not at Republic that I have a weekly meeting with, and today is actually the first time I've ever met him in person. So this is like a real culmination for us.
You look better in person, by the way.
So anyway, super happy to be here. Obviously, Hamilton Lane, a big name in the space. A pariah and a stalwart. I think it'd be really great for those that maybe aren't familiar with Hamilton Lane, maybe to talk a little bit about what Hamilton Lane's background is, and we can lead that into the journey we've been on the last year and a half.
Thanks, Andrew, and once again, thanks, Solana, for inviting me over. This is I'm a little bit embarrassed to say, but having Solana as client and with their vision on tokenization of real assets and private markets, we've been aligned, and this has made me to come to my first ever digitally native conference in my entire career. It's very shocking. I'm based in Switzerland. I'm coming all the way over here to please the client and also explain a little bit on what we do. Now, Republic is also doing the same, but just to give you an overview of what we do, you have anything that is not publicly listed companies is private. We go by private markets. We are a NASDAQ-listed private markets firm with over 900 billion of AUM and AUA. And I lead digital assets at Hamilton Lane with the mission and social mission and commercial mission to democratize private markets to an audience that has been, that had not been able to access this asset class for the past 40 years. And we're counting on the blockchain technology to facilitate this access and make everything cheaper, better, faster.
So a very traditional business, very traditional markets.
Correct.
Now, moving forward into this new digital space, how did you accomplish that? How does Victor Jung at Hamilton Lane get Hamilton Lane an unmovable object to innovate?
Yeah, thank you. That's a great question. As you know, private markets, they keep on saying institutions, institutions, institutions. And what many people don't know is that the regular people, retail, don't have access to buy or invest into a company that is not public. Just because it's private, it's regulated. So by law, you cannot invest into such content, but it's a superior asset class with superior returns, and they have not been able to access that. It's been only solely for pension funds. Now, there was a wave of democratization where private banks and family offices learned about the unlisted stocks or companies in where the growth projection was higher because you don't have to be on a stock exchange with quarterly earnings call where the board, management, and the shareholder, they think different, right? I mean, if you have a stock and it raises 3x tomorrow, you'll sell it, right? So is that proper value creation and alignment of interest? In private equity, you have an owner that thinks a management, shareholder, and the board, we're all thinking in the same way. And hence, we thought that, and kudos to my chairman and CEOs, we are really aligned. It's not only about the money, it's the social purpose of opening up this asset class to an audience that even if they don't know, they've never had access to when the rest had, and the social and emotional attachment to a Mrs. Smith that is selling pretzels outdoors of her 10K and 1 billion of Elon Musk. Sentimentally, it has the same value, but one has access to investing in something that is higher yielding than traditional stocks, but Mrs. Smith doesn't. So that was our whole vision where, look, Victor, we want to make money the right way. We want to do some social good. We've been doing all about this just for the money, but let's have some purpose and let's do something properly and something right, and this is how we started our journey.
And to level set this for everybody, right now in the United States, there's something called the accreditation system. And the accreditation system prevents unaccredited investors, retail investors, from participating in pre-IPO engagements, meaning you cannot own pre-IPO SpaceX unless you are an accredited investor. And in the US, there's a couple different ways. Be accredited, you have to be worth basically $1 million, make a couple $100,000 a year, or be what's known as a knowledgeable person, meaning that you're in the finance space. Other than that, you cannot touch privates. And so now we're looking at something really unique, which is you have one of the largest private equity firms in the United States that's innovating with the ability to allow retail to participate in a market they haven't participated before. So maybe you can talk, this is the product that him and I and our teams have been working on for a year and a half, but maybe you can share a little bit what that looks like.
Yeah, so it took us 18 months, and we're happy we actually wrote, we made history for the first time in the US financial market history in getting a registered private markets fund through Republic, some capital markets engineering, digitization, all of the token elements embedded in, we fractionalized to a minimum of $500. So before, you needed to have $1 million plus to invest into private equity. $500. You can access this offering through their app. You can do a crypto funding as well. So it has the traditional side, but also, hey, the MZ generations. I'm always confused with the alphabetical orders because it's X, Y, Z, MZ. They don't like the bank accounts and the wirehouses. They want to do a self-custodial funding of and participate into private markets. So 18 months, co-designing, a lot of calls, lawyers, tech.
And, a lot of lawyers.
Yeah, a lot of lawyers.
Yeah.
And 7 weeks ago, through Bloomberg, we announced the first ever private markets to retail, so non-professional retail at $500, and it's been one of the greatest journeys ever, and this is the first time in my private markets career where I can tell, my bosses, my parents, my kids, and my wife to say, hey, look, Daddy has done something great. This is not the case before. You do investments in private markets. You do it for the money. You like the social aspect here. Like we did something really great, and the uptake. I mean, you tell me, it's been fantastic, right? Your clients have been loving this.
Unbelievable. And there's a whole myriad of innovations that take place. One of the ones that personally I'm the most excited about, and obviously impacts the employees directly at Hamilton Lane, is this is actually the first time that Hamilton Lane employees can invest in their own products.
And thank you for making it equitable. I mean, it was a good deal. I mean, they also, agreed, and they lived this vision together. So they allowed 100% of Hamilton Lane US employees to participate. Because look, even if you work for private equity, not all of them are rich or accredited, right? But through this solution and the fractionalization of $500, everybody can save $500, right? That's a fact. Through Republic, we've had that right to participate and do wealth creation. And wealth creation is not for the rich. That's wealth expansion. For retail, I want to call it wealth creation participation. And we're very grateful for Republic in allowing us, not only their millions clients in the B2C, but also our employees to participate, and we want to do this globally at some point.
And appreciate the trust in us to be able to accomplish and get that done. To give guys you an example, there's around 900 employees at Hamilton Lane. Of those 900, only about 100 before this could participate in their own products. And that's now going to change the entire landscape of finance on a go-forward basis. But there are still a lot of hurdles.
Yes.
There's still a lot of work to be done, and we're hoping a lot of you here can help drive that innovation that we can implement and execute on our side. So maybe you can talk a little bit about the hurdles that still remain.
Yeah, it's first, it's a question that we ask ourselves every day. No matter how cool the car is, if there's no roads to drive on, the car has no use, or vice versa. I think that there needs to be an effort, just like in digital assets, to educate yourself of why private markets is such a better asset class, right? Why are private companies better, and how does that impact my financials? And also, try it out and see whether this is so good or not, and push and spread the word. Spread the word, hey, there's a social injustice here, we want to participate more. Just like stocks, everybody, half of the stock market is retail money. Ironically, Bitcoin with a volatility of 80%, and I love it, has a retail participation. Private markets has a volatility of 5 to 7, 12% return, and the word is not out. It's like the vanilla ice cream that you've never tasted. And for you to know, you have to taste it, but like, oh, so good, I want to buy more. So that's what we need: more adoption, curiosity, education, and then you'll open up, just like with digital assets. Wow, this is really I should have a 10% of my holdings parked here, and compounded returns, and it will not let you down. And this is why Republic has trusted us, and Solana has trusted us, and they will keep on trusting us. And going retail, it's hard. It's very easy to go big scale, institutions only. There's really a social mission here also, on top of just making money, to solve problems. And this is why we're equally aligned with Republic to do that. And we're grateful to Solana for being part of this as well.
People ask, you hear institutions are coming, institutions are here. They're literally here right now on stage, and they're doing the things that we've been trying to get accomplished now.
You see me with my tie. I'm not a DJ crypto native.
No, you got like sneaks
yes, I tried a little
bit
with my shoes, but I openly embrace the efficiencies and the cheaper, better, faster elements of crypto that could be also reflected through the likes of Republic into our asset class, and it would just get so much more efficient. The lending, the trading at some point, but if you don't have the scale, there's no house to mortgage on, and there's nothing to be traded. So I would like to ask the audience as well, there's only trading and lending when the primary markets are big enough. It's all about distributions. If not, we have people asking us, hey, what about lending and liquidity? Like, you create liquidity on something that exists. That market doesn't exist yet, so we need to first start with adoption and scale of, and this is the reason why we teamed up with a B2C platform like Republic.
And this could not be done without tokenization. Just simple facts. This is only possible through the efficiencies and the custodial solutions and the secondary market opportunities that tokenization creates.
Yes.
And you needed to get a partner. You needed to get an infrastructure partner.
Yeah.
And so here we are at Solana conference. Why Solana?
So we've been doing a lot of research, and once you do, for example, if I'm a client of Republic, Andrew, can I get a loan on one of the companies that you're crowdfunding? Can I today? As a standalone, it says crowdfunding.
Yeah.
And in private equity, it's difficult, right? But in a bank, you could get a house mortgage, or you could get a loan, or whatever you have. I'm sure that's in the works as well. But in the future, we would like to learn and apply all of those great things that you guys are doing with the Solana ecosystem, for example, and try it out, the lending, the trading, and see how it works. Companies, like if you look at the stock markets, they were never meant to be liquid. That in itself is a democratization, life. It's an example of it. We want to make it also more accessible, and we want to try out all of those benefits that the crypto and the digital assets community are executing today. Cheaper, better, faster. That's our equation.
And I think if you're going to deliver retail products, you're going to want to use a retail-oriented chain, right? And I think it's hard to argue at this point that Solana has not really won the retail space. So
exactly, Andrew. It's also Republic, which is very retail. You guys have a mission. Solana, for us, traditional finance. I was shocked to see Fidelity here just talking about it. Solana is also retail. They got 100 million wallets. They also have like B2C clients using Solana wallets. This is democratization for us. It's the same common denominator, and we're aligned on the vision. We want the next gen retail investors also to try us out. Benefit from the minimums, the fractionalized offerings that Republic has enabled, and make it better through lending, trading, and for now focus on the scale. And we want to prove to all of these investors that this is a good asset class to have as a financial assets for you.
Well, we love it. We appreciate all the work that you're doing, and the innovating, and taking the extra steps. And I think I can speak for everyone that we can't wait to see what Hamilton Lane does next.
Yes, we hope to be able to announce perhaps not in the near term on the tokenization efforts at some point.
Amazing.
Thank you.
Thank you, Victor, and thank you, everybody. Thank you so much.